So we're almost finished and totally enclosed in the tiny house now. So we thought this would actually be a great opportunity to show you where we're at so far and where we're going from here. So today we're just doing a little bit more of the oiling work on the last of the weatherboards. We just have a few to go on over the other side, and also we're using the same weatherboards to rip our fascias out of. So we're going to show you all of that in future videos. Most of the roofing material's on now, but we do still have to put the ridge cap on. Now you can see there are 2 new holes in the roof as well. That's where we've started doing some of the pre-wiring work, waiting for the solar panels to go on the roof. If you're wondering why they're covered in plastic bags, it's actually because we had a bit of a cyclone warning here. We were expecting very, very strong winds. Thankfully, it was actually downgraded from a category 5 to just a severe tropical storm in a pretty short amount of time. So we managed to get away with just a little bit of rainfall and didn't actually have the severe winds that we were expecting. But we did actually just do a little bit of additional weatherproofing on the house. Even though we're building it under our roof, there are actually a few holes in the roof. So we just wanted to make extra sure that it wasn't going to get wet. Now, I am so happy with the look of the weatherboard so far. We've got the element protector oil on it, and we chose to use the graphite color. And I think the silver sheen of that color is really actually helping it to blend in with our anodized aluminium joinery. Once it gets its second coat, I think that's going to look absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm actually really stoked. I think the look of the house is coming together really well. Let's have a look inside. All right, welcome inside the tiny house. Now actually, kitting out the inside of the tiny house is one of the things that I'm most excited about. You know, ever since we started conceptualizing the idea, we've been drawing internal layouts and everything, and now that we're in the space and actually have a greater sense of what it's actually going to be like, it's even cooler. So we thought it would be actually a really great opportunity just to take you on a walk through the house, show you what our current layout ideas are, because they're not set in stone and things may still change. And obviously as well, if you guys have any ideas, this is a great opportunity for you to share those with us in the comments below. So let's have a walk through. So over this side of the house here, this is kind of like our living room, dining room area. So we have a U-shaped couch, which will be packed full of storage as well. We're also designing a special small coffee table that will fold out to become a dining table and also a workspace during the day if we want it. Up above here, we have our storage loft. Now the storage loft is a really important space for us, especially Melissa and I, because we actually have quite a lot of film equipment and we both work from home. So having a space where we can store all of our gear during the day and get it out of the way is really important. Also, in the interest of flexibility, it was actually constructed 900 deep, which is the width of a single bed. So if we wanted to create it as an additional sleeping space for guests or potentially even for a child's loft one day, that's a good option for it up there. Unlike our sleeping loft, we don't really see this area being accessed all that much. So what we've designed is a ladder that will fit across here and just look like a banister. That can be removed and we've got simple access to that area when we need it. Now over here is where our Sparky wood stove is going to be fitting. Now as you can see, we've already started a little bit of the pre-plumbing, which is designed for our wetback. So the plumbing actually goes right the way up there and will fit through the roof into the back of our solar water heater. This Sparky stove, right from when I started the design of this tiny house, there was one thing that I knew that I wanted, and that is a wood fire. For me, a wood fire makes a home. It becomes quite literally the hearth of the home, and it was one of the things that I really wanted. When I found the little Sparky stove, I was super excited because not only was it a wonderful, cute little fire that would fit into this space and provide adequate heating, it's also going to provide all of our hot water in the winter, and it's also an additional cooking surface, which is great. So now coming over here, we're now entering what is going to be the kitchen space. This area here is actually set aside for a breakfast bar. Then we'll have our sink here and more bench space over here. Over the other side, this is where we intend to fit our stove, and there'll be more cupboard storage over here as well. Through here, we now go into the bathroom. So we've got storage in here, so a little bit of additional storage for clothes. Our basin will be here, toilet goes here, and this side here is set aside for a shower. We are looking into options for custom shower solutions at the moment because when it comes to the commercially available systems, they're really just not built for this kind of space. There are several available on the market that have been designed for caravans and motorhomes, but those really are very tiny, and especially for quite a big guy like myself, it would be really uncomfortable to use on a daily basis. The thing about the bathroom area is it's the only room in the house that actually has a closing door. So we actually stopped calling it a bathroom in our design and we started calling it a restroom, with that whole idea that this could be almost like a little bit of a sanctuary area. So we designed it a little bit larger than what's normal in a tiny house, and hopefully it'll be quite a, an almost romantic space to get away and do whatever you have to do. And now let's have a look at the upstairs area. Firstly, let's take a look at the stairs. So our stairs have been steel framed, and they actually make up part of the structure of the sleeping loft. So you can see it's actually a supporting member on this corner of the loft. Right now, they look quite uncomfortable to use, and they will drastically change when you see the treads going into them. But the idea is that there's actually a lot of storage being built in here. Storage cupboard in here, pull-out drawers will come out from here, and then the treads will actually increase the surface area on the actual stairs. So remember, even though all you can see right now is a steel structure, when these are finished, they'll actually all be really beautifully covered in wood. So when you're designing stair access for a gable roof, one of the biggest challenges is that if the stairs are on the side of your house, then they're actually going to be coming into the loft at the part where the roof is the lowest. To get around that, what we've actually done is we've changed this support member here into a 45-degree angle. So the way that these are designed to work is you come up the stairs, and instead of entering straight this way, you actually enter the sleeping loft this way, where there's the most head height. Ta-da! Now, I'm 6'4", and you can see that I do still have a lot of space and room up here. It doesn't feel cramped at all. And even when we've got the bed in here, that will raise the height a little bit. I'm still going to have more than enough space to be comfortable up here. And actually, this is still one of my favorite spaces in the house. I can't wait to lie here at night, look out of these Velux windows and see the stars, and wake up in the morning, be able to sit here with a cup of coffee and watch the world go by. It's going to be a really magical space. So this is where we're at so far with the house build, and we're really excited to be moving on to the next phase. In our future videos, we're going to be showing you the plumbing, we're going to be showing you the electrical fit out, and then the internal space. We do still have a few videos left to show you on the outside of the house as we progress with that. We're also going to be looking at the lighting fit out for a house. Now, you wouldn't think that lighting is a big deal, but actually when you're lighting such a small space, the way that you light it is incredibly important, and we're going to be going into more detail about that in a future video as well. So hopefully we're now not too far off of having a completed tiny house. I want to say a huge thank you to all of you who have subscribed and who are watching our videos. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do now so that you will get to see this whole incredible space transform. And once we've completed this tiny house, that's when the real fun begins. Make sure you stick with us. We'll catch you next time.